Hello, welcome to my videos. I've got to work on my intro. Today's topic is, again, how we're going to continue diving into how to use Procreate. And today we are going to focus on the Symmetry tool, which I bragged a lot about on my Friday video. If you missed that, then I'm planning on creating a library of my videos within, or at least like kind of like an order of them inside of the Creative Stash as well. So bear with me. I am trying to multitask and get the right screen up that I'm going to share. There we go. Okay, so if you are watching live, please comment. Let me know where you are tuning in from. And if you are watching the replay, please comment #replay. And if you have any questions throughout this video, if you have questions regarding Procreate, even if it's not about the topic I'm sharing today, please do not hesitate to drop your questions in the comments. I will come back if I can't answer them here, or if it's not about this topic. Those questions will help me create more content that will be of value to you, the viewers, which is ultimately why I'm creating this, because I have gotten some interest recently from a few friends that would like to learn more about Procreate. So that's one of the biggest reasons that I'm creating this. And so want to hear from you. Hi, Janine. Thank you so much for tuning in. She said, #NowPlay. I love it. All right, well, let's dive right in. I'm not going to keep you guys waiting. So we are going to create a new template. And just for this purpose, I prefer to work on a square template when I'm using the Symmetry tool. There may be other times that you want, or that you can actually use it within other sizes, but I think it just tends to look a little better. So I'm just going to go with a square template here, 3000 pixels by 3000 pixels, which is pretty large. And I'm going to stick with the one of the pins and within the area, and I'm going to go with just the basic because I want to try to use things when this thing needs to catch up. Sorry. I just realized that. Get the right thing up here. All right. So now it's catching up. So I'm using the mono line under calligraphy, and I'm going to change the stabilization. There we go. Okay. So that's just something I prefer to do just to get me started. I wanted to use a pen that you guys are used to using as well. So I'm going to pull up the Symmetry tool. So you want to go to the little wrench or whatever that tool is called, and click on Drawing Guide and Edit Drawing Guide. And we're going to go to the Symmetry side. And there's a few other tools within this. So the Perspective tool, I haven't actually played with that one. Isometric, which gives you a different grid, and then the 2D grid. I use the 2D grid a lot so I can stay on straight lines and things. It really helps me stay level with whatever the view is that I'm working on, which I'm thinking Perspective could probably help me with that too. And if you notice the beautiful rainbow at the top of the screen under Drawing Guide, this is just changing the color of the guide. So that would be useful if you're using a lot of colors within this and you want to still be able to see. You can also change the thickness, go really thin, really thick. And of course, change the opacity, make it more bold. So I'm going to go with more bold just for this viewing purpose. I'm going to get a sip of water. My sinuses have still been so off lately. I need to take some more of my honey garlic. I'm going to come back to the comments. Janine said, love the rainbow. I know, right? All right. So you have, of the Symmetry tool, sorry, let me go back to that. So of the Symmetry tool, you have a few options. So we have the vertical option. We have the horizontal option, a quadrant, and a radial. And I'm going to go through these one at a time. So we're going to start with the vertical. And a couple of things that you might make with a vertical is maybe a, how big is mine? There we go. Maybe a leaf. I don't know what kind of leaf that is. Let's try this again. So you can see how whatever you do on the left side or the right side will be done on the opposite side. And you can really, oops, I didn't close that up. So when you close your lines, make sure they're closed. You can fill an area like that. So obviously, let's go with more of a fall color. So we have more of a fall color leaf. And then let's say we wanted to do also a symmetrical kind of the veins of the leaves. I kind of don't like the way this is turning out. I tend to feel very under pressure when I'm doing art on the, like when I'm on live. I'm learning that about myself. So that's one way you could do it. Now, let's say that you wanted part of the image to be asymmetrical, or not asymmetrical, symmetrical. That'd be the opposite. But then there were parts of it that you did not want to be, that you wanted them to be asymmetrical. Then you could add another layer, and then whatever you do over here won't be done on the opposite side. All right, so that's one way that you would use that. And another way is, one thing that I'm really bad at drawing is faces and getting them symmetrical. So this would be, oops, let me go back to the right layer. There we go. So that's one thing as well. You can remove the drawing assistant or you can leave it there. So when it's on, it's working. And when it's off, it's not working. All right. So wanted to demonstrate that. All right. And then we're going to clear. A quick way to erase everything too is just to click on that and choose the clear option. All right, so our face. I'm going to turn this a little bit. I try not to turn my actual iPad because my wire is not 100%. That's more of like an alien face. Oh, you're not seeing it yet. Why is it not catching up? But if I move my iPad, my wire comes undone and then it really loses connection. Let's go with an alien face. So aliens have really big eyes. So aliens would actually, that would actually be a really good thing to do this with. So I'm going to go with a green filler color. And bam, we've got our alien. Fill the eyes. So lots of fun that you can have with that one. I'm going to go back to the Canvas drawing guide, edit drawing guide. We're already on symmetry. I'm going to do options again. I'm going to do the horizontal. So a couple of things that you might use the horizontal for. I struggled to figure out what would we use this one for. And I'm sure there's more. If you can think of other ways that you would use the horizontal, let me know, but I'm going to use it to demonstrate, go away, having phone calls, to demonstrate a fish and an eyeball. So we're going to do the fish first. And actually, I'm not going to do the fin. No, I'll do this fin. And we won't do the eyeball. Everything else is going to be non-symmetrical. So we're going to add, and another thing, so you could take the assistant off, or you can just add a layer. That way you can go back and forth if you decide there's something else you want to add. So then you can add an upper fin, a lower fin. Something else we probably could have added on the other one was gills. An eyeball. I'll give him a little grin. Oops. All right, so that's one way. And so we'll go back to the symmetry to add a few little details there. Back here. And then maybe these will do not symmetrical. So there's a fun fish. And then my other favorite for this one is going to be an eyeball. Some would say an eyeball isn't symmetrical, and that might be right. But I think some details could be. And it might make it a little easier. Actually, I might go a little bigger with that. Nope, that's not. I can't quite get that pupil right. So I think the quadrant might actually be a little better for eyes as well. So we'll test that out whenever we get to it. But you can add lots of color here. Oh, wait, I gotta go to the actual color. Do some purple in the eye. My video is so slow. While it's catching up, I'm going to come over here. So Janine said, how cool. She's learned. All right. She said, you're doing so awesome because I know nothing. I'm glad you are learning something from it. Just in time for Halloween. Yes, the alien. That's funny. Love the fish. Why is this thing? Oh, because I minimized it. I got to remember when I minimize it, it doesn't catch up. All right. So we're going to clear this one. And we could have gotten like, way more detailed on that if we wanted to add a layer and do the things that are oops, I've got black, but you get the idea. Clear. All right. Now we're getting into the really fun ones. Let's do the quadrant. So one way that I would use this one, and I actually had the idea while I was kind of playing around with this today, of a way that I'm going to use this more on my coloring pages is to help me create some really cool borders. I have been on the search for some ideas for fun borders because I like to add a little bit more detail to my coloring pages, just something else fun that somebody can color. So I think the quadrant would be a really fun way to, and you can kind of see how this is going to come together. How you can create some fun borders here. And again, I am kind of rushing through this because I get nervous doing art on screen when people are watching. So my best doesn't seem to come out while I'm on video. So please forgive me. But you could create a lot of fun. This was actually something that I did on one of my coloring pages recently I had made a frame, but I made it like a rope. And this was one of the ways that I did it. I wasn't using the quadrant though. I ended up just doing it on my own. So you can kind of see you add a little bit of detail there. And how I use the lines as kind of a guide. It adds a bit of depth, I think, to it. All right. So lots of fun that you could have with that one. It's catching up slowly but surely. There we go. All right. Check the comments again. She said, cool eye. Thank you so much. Like GIFs for your borders. No, I don't think so. I'm not sure if we're talking about the same thing. When I think of a GIF, I think of the like moving video, like short clip that doesn't tend to have any music or anything with it. So I'm not sure if we're talking about the same thing. Yes, it is just you for right now, Janine, but I am recording this for other people too. So I appreciate that though. I am relaxed. I don't know. I also feel kind of rushed for time, and I can spend a lot of time on detail, and I don't want to bore anyone with my detail for hours. All right, the last one, did I go over? Yeah. Something else that you could create with that one is fun labels. So if you do like the printing and the cutting with Cricut, I'm not 100% sure how to get the file into an SVG. That would be a training for future. I'd have to learn how to do that. But this would be a fun way to make some really, cute custom shape labels and things. I've seen labels do really well on Etsy. Just a heads up for ideas for digital products. So the last one that we are going to look at is the radial. And the radial can be used for, I've used it a lot for mandalas, but we are coming up on Christmas time, or not Christmas time, but winter time. And I have been wanting to try this and make snowflakes. So I thought that that would be fun to give it a shot live making some snowflakes. So see, I'm already kind of getting lost in the detail. I got quiet. I wasn't I wasn't talking anymore. I was just kind of creating. So you can see how you can get lost in it. So that's a snowflake idea. I'm not 100%. There's a lot of that I would change, but I was just kind of playing and having fun with it. And another idea would be the mandalas. And the mandalas I love creating. And I used to subscribe to this coloring book package deal online because I love the idea of coloring. And there are moments that I like to color. It's just not something that I find therapeutic. I enjoy coloring when I'm trying to create art and stuff. But honestly, like line work and stuff like that, I do find extremely therapeutic. So, anywho, back to the point, coloring pages. So I was subscribing to this coloring package, and there were a lot of mandalas within her package, and she would use everyday objects to create these mandalas. So it would be like a beautiful array of fruit, or spring flowers with hummingbirds and bees and things like all mixed in. So I'm going to just kind of demonstrate using that kind of an idea. We'll go with like a I'm going to change colors. We're going to go with like a Halloween theme since that's what we got coming up soon. I'm going to go with a bright orange like that. I'm going to zoom in just so I can see what I'm doing here. And again, try not to spend too much time doing it. And back there. Do black and white for a little ghost. What else? I need a bat. So just to give you an idea, lots of fun things that, you can do with the radial. But one thing that I did want to show that would be a lot of fun with the radial, and I was trying to figure out what is this rotation symmetry. So before I even set it, I want to show you using arrows. So you can see the direction. Oops, let me let the video catch up. So I was showing, okay, yeah, here comes the arrows. So you see the direction of the arrows pointing at each other. You can change that with this setting under options, do the rotational symmetry. Oops, turn that back on. It changed to pink. All right, we're going to go with the purple again, and you can see the rotation changes, and it's all going the same way. And this can create some really, really fun designs. And I just think it's so cool. And this was one of the biggest reasons why I love sharing this tool with beginners of Procreate, because the possibilities of just a few little strokes of your pen can really create something fun. And getting in here and playing is the absolute best way that you can learn. So, if nothing else, I hope that from this video you get a little bit of spark of inspiration to just jump in and play and have some fun. Janine says, how neat. I think so too. So, glad you're enjoying it, Janine. I can't wait to see what you're creating. I need to create like an email where everybody can send some creations that they make on Procreate, so I can see what everybody's creating. That would be fun. So if you are tuning in and you want to see more of what I am working on, you can visit my website at ashleyscreativestash.com, where I am sharing all of my coloring pages. I have a big announcement coming October 31st, so go ahead and get on the list for the Creative Stash so you get all of the updates of all the new stuff that's coming. I'm already working on the coloring page that will be released on Friday to the new section. I got 2 new pages up on there this weekend, and I'll probably be adding a few more coming up soon, but I'm really working on a big project for the 31st that I'm super excited about. So go check that out. Enter your name and email address, and it will be sent to you. I protect my coloring pages, so definitely get in on that. And that is it. Have an awesome day. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Let me know what you want to learn about on Wednesday. Drop comments. I have not 100% made up my mind what I want to share, but I have a list of some ideas, but I really want to hear from you and what else you want to learn. So have an amazing day and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.